I have no structure to this video. I want to talk about Pokemon, so I'm going to talk about Pokemon. Right. Hello. Today is the 26th of February 2016, and it is 20 years since the first Pokemon game came out in Japan. I haven't played the original Pokemon series because I wasn't alive then, but in 2003, at the grand age of 6, I got my first ever Pokemon game and my first ever Game Boy for Christmas, and it was Pokemon Ruby. It wasn't. It was Pokemon Sapphire. This is my brother's. I can't find mine. And I had literally I was 3 days into being 6 years old, so that's 12 years of my life that have been completely dominated by Nintendo and Pokemon. So I thought I'd share it with you because Pokemon's a really big part of who I was growing up as a kid and who I am now, and I have a lot of stuff. I don't think it's in shop, but I have a nice drawer that's full of Pokemon stuff, and most of it's junk, if I'm perfectly honest. But it's nice to get nostalgic every once in a while. Shall we do an evolution of hardware first? I think we should. I have 2 Game Boy SPs. This one's my brother's, this one's mine. I can't find Pokemon Sapphire, I don't know where it is. And here is Pokemon Ruby. I also have an American version of Pokemon Emerald because they got it before us, and I was obsessed, so I got my dad to buy it online to get it shipped to us. And it's not the pretty shiny see-through version. So when I got it, everyone used to tease me that I'd got a fake. But, you know, the game still worked and it was proper, so... I should probably talk about how I got into Pokemon in the first place. And that was because, when I was little, I used to spend a lot of time at my grandma's with my 2 cousins, my little brother, and my uncle. Now, my uncle's only 8 years older than me, so it wasn't as weird as it sounds. And we used to play together outside or around all the time. But my uncle was obsessed with 2 things, Pokemon and RuneScape. And inevitably, me, my cousins and my brother got obsessed with Pokemon and RuneScape. There's even a really old photo of me and my little brother when we were about 5 or 6, playing on the big chunky monitors, and you can just make out that RuneScape's on the screen. I'll try and find it for you. We were talking about hardware. So, this was the Game Boy. I then proceeded to get a Nintendo DS Lite. I think I had a pink one. Yeah, I had a pink one because I matched with Princess Peach. And I played that to death, but I smashed it against the wall and the top hinge came off. And it was playable for a while because it was just broken, and then it completely fell off. So that's gone. And then the DSi came out very shortly after. And this is it. What's in here at the moment? Pokemon Conquest. I really like the DSi. Mind you, I really like every console I've got. But I've decked it out with Pokemon Black and White decals that I got from the Nintendo magazine. And I've also got Pokemon Black and White case that I think my dad got with the game at Sainsbury's when he got it for me. There's the Pokemon hinge. I literally, if anyone saw anything Pokemon related, they'd get at me because I just obsessed over it. And then the Nintendo 3DS came out, and I wasn't that fussed until they announced Pokemon X and Y, I think it was. Yeah, Pokemon X and Y, the first 3D Pokemon game. And I was just like, I need it, I do. And which required I got a 3DS. And so obviously, I got the Nintendo Pokemon Limited Edition 3D XL. I've currently got a lot of stuff on it, but I've decked it out with Pokemon stickers that I got not this year, my 17th birthday. Or was it for Christmas? No, it was my 17th birthday, people who got me them. So it hasn't gone away, I'm still routinely obsessed. I remember Pokemon Platinum probably the best, as it was the first game that me and my cousins were sat watching TV and we saw the advert for it. Oh no, I tell a lie. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I completely forgot about those because I never... Oh, has an entire... Oh god, this video. Okay, I need a drink. Right, Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. Obviously the remakes of the originals, but we didn't know that at the time. We were, what, 8? We didn't know the originals. So we were like, we lost our minds, and my uncle was like, somehow mysteriously my uncle knew every single Pokemon already before it had been announced and was just trashed us all because we were 8-year-olds and he was 15, I want to say. Anyway, he trashed us. And that was the first one where we all linked up and battled each other as well. Now, we kind of came up with a system where I would get the Leaf starter, one of my cousins would get the Fire starter, and one of my cousins would get the Water starter. So obviously, I got Bulbasaur. Never look back, okay? Bulbasaur, Ivysaur and Venusaur are valid options to choose. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about the games, because if I don't, I'm just going to ramble on till the end of eternity. Pokemon Sapphire was my first one. Fire Red I loved, and Pokemon Pearl even. I was still in that age where I was really young and didn't really understand how things came out, so when it did come out I just lost my mind. I was like, there's a new Pokemon game! And then I grew up a little bit. That was the main series of games evaluated very briefly and bizarrely, and not at all because I only talked about the ones I really enjoyed. Soul Silver! Soul Silver was also a super favourite of mine because you had your Pokemon follow you around. And yes, bring that back. I loved having my little, like, Togetic following me behind, like, don't mind me, just chilling. Oh, I pet my Togetic and it's really happy. Bring it back! Okay, now I'm done with the main series games. We can move on to the random side ones. And we'll start with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Because those games. Now, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Let me tell you a thing or two about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. This game made... How old was I when this came out? 2006. This game made 9-year-old me almost cry. It was the first time I've ever felt genuine emotion. I'm not that empathetic, really, when I read books or play games. I'm not really moved or watch films to even an extent. I'm not that... But this game, it got me. It got me right here. And it was the bit where you're running away from the townsfolk and your partner runs up behind you and they're like, go on, I'll stop them. And I was like... And even to this day, the music from this game can just... The music from this game just really makes me happy and nostalgic and smiley and Calm down. I recently found a blog on Tumblr called _music, and go on there because they have all the soundtracks and all the games, and I just spent an hour scrolling through listening to music from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, almost weeping. It was brilliant. So good. And then we move on to the other two Pokemon mystery games. Pokemon Explorers of the Sky, and I don't have the booklet for it, or a box for it. I don't know where all my hardware stuff's gone. I used to keep them all obsessively. Okay, I'm going to stop because this isn't working. Okay, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. I won't say I love it more than the original main titles, but it just gets me in the heart. And I haven't played any since the Explorers of the Sky, because the Gates of Infinity, I think I was too old and I saw the advert and it just really put me off. Like, they gave them voices and no, I didn't really enjoy it. But I've seen that Super Mystery Dungeon's come out and that looks great, and I'm going to go get that when I have some money. And then on to another one of the series, side quest series, the Pokemon Ranger games. The Pokemon Ranger games I enjoyed, but felt they got mega easy by the end. So this one, Pokemon Ranger, the original, you didn't have any option. You had to do it all in one squiggle, and they were really tricky battles, and they were genuinely hard bosses. And it was okay. But the second and third, I felt, had really nice storylines, and even though I was older in these two, I finally understood what was happening. It was like I'd matured enough to understand what was going on at this point, and just really liked it. Really liked it. I really like Pokemon. Also, I have my games arranged like this, and this, and this, because I like things to be collected and together. Now I'm going to go into the magical drawer and pull out all of the random stuff I have collected over the years. Stuff that I don't even look at anymore because it's just bizarre. I even have Pokemon tags. These things were, you got them in your crisps, and they were 25 to collect. And I think we have most of them here. But it wasn't really me collecting these, it was my mum who just likes collecting stuff. And because I wasn't that old, she did it on my behalf. But they're really cool, like 90s crisp collectors, holographic things, and you can wiggle them in the light, and it won't work on here I don't think. But you can wiggle them in the light and they change. And I don't know why I have all of this stuff, but every time I get nostalgic about Pokemon, or I hear a tune, or a new game comes out, I just go straight back and revert to being a 6-year-old. Because that's what Pokemon was for me. It was just a really fun experience that I could just completely immerse myself in these worlds. And that's why Pokemon means so much to me, because it's been with me since I was 6. And as a 6-year-old, the world is infinitely, crazily more different when you're 18. And I imagine that every now and again I do feel too old for Pokemon, but when I'm 25, I'll hear that Pokemon has brought out some weird cybernetic thing, and I'll go and just go back and play those first games, because it's just nostalgia and feeling like a kid again, and it's just great. And that's why I hold on to all this stuff, because every now and again you just want to be a little Pokemon master. I want to be the very best. No one ever was. Good. I think that's what I'm going to conclude on. A nice nostalgic ramble about Pokemon. Thank you for watching.